just received in our newspaper.
So what is your favorite Bible verse? While we're on the topic.
You was about to read one.
There was so many good ones.
Yeah, I get it.
The one with the guy.
Ezekiel, yes.
I remember Ezekiel. That's my favorite. He's my guy. Ezekiel's my guy.
My boy.
Yeah.
I have that on me. One, in case it ever gets real bad. And two.
Just to rub it under your...
Oh, fuck. I need this. Like, I'm doing
said.
something, like, super sketchy. I'm like, I know I've never asked you for anything before. But I need you to keep safety away from the area I'm in right now. Or, like, if my phone's dead in the shitter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I need some reading. Need some good reading.
Catch up.
Listen, it's 35 degrees Celsius.
In those,
outside, and I'm in a plastic thing that's been sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
I got to keep my mind off it.
Yeah. You need Jesus in that moment. That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, you definitely need Jesus after that fucking
someone.
shit.
Yeah.
Especially just like think about that plastic thing just baking in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking that thing.
You're sweating from places you didn't know you could.
Yeah, exactly.
But like some dude leaves there, like some of those construction guys, their diet's not good.
Yeah.
There's no way their diet is remotely good.
Mine's not.
Yeah, well, we know that.
Yeah.
But CJ, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, cheers here. Let's cheers,
dude,
cheers,
let's
me,
do
bud.
that.
Cheers,
There we go.
cheers,
Cheers to
cheers,
that.
cheers. So, first time having a comedian on the podcast. Let's just start with what got you into comedy. How about that? Let's just start there.
I wasn't good at any other things.
So that's what that was. Yeah.
Yeah. There was other things I wasn't good at them, so I just it was comedy. I started when I was 19. I started at a place called Leo's Comedy Corner, and it was the only comedy club in the city at the time. And I was terrible, so I did that for a while, and then I got less terrible, and now I've had about 3 good shows.
There you go.
So
Hey, that's like 3 more than
they
we
were
have.
pretty good.
What's pretty good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like no one killed themselves. It was great.
Yeah.
What happened the first times?
The first time.
You said you've been doing this for years.
We don't know. No, the first couple were... The first time I went up, I thought it was great. And I recorded it, but I didn't watch it. So I recorded it, and then I posted on Facebook at the time, which was, like, new. And I posted on Facebook, I'm like, this is so cool, like, that I have this clip out. And then later I watched it, but I didn't watch it at the time. So the next time I went up, I was super arrogant. I was like, yeah, fucking awesome.
Got my
I
set
went
in.
up, started making fun of the old people in the audience. Like, hey, you look like you have a turkey vagina neck and stuff. And these ladies are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's so witty. And like, it was just mean. And I was like, that was great. And I watched it back. I'm like, I'm a psycho. And then I watched the first one again. I'm like, neither of these were good. None of this was funny at all.
That's how you found out?
Yeah, because I didn't know what laughter on stage sounded like. I'm like, this is apparently you don't hear it. It's like, no, it's not happening at all. So that's what was going on. There was no sound. It was like, oh, you actually have to hear that they laugh when you hear it. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
How many shows did it take before you noticed that?
The third one I did well, and I was like, the third one I got laughs, and I was like, oh, that's what that sounds
Oh my God,
like.
you
I
can hear it.
You can hear the laughing. I had no idea. And then after that, I like bombed for like 3 months, and my friends were like, the fuck are you still doing this? I'm like, I'll figure it out. I don't know. The third one though is gold. I got to find my way back to that.
Find
one.
my groove.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's all it really takes.
Yeah.
It's like you finally hear some laughs and you're like, all right, I got this.
Now
one.
I know what I have to find.
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
to there. Yeah.
Do you remember the joke?
The first joke I did that got a laugh was about, it was about, my wife hates this joke, she thinks it's stupid, but it's about that all these evil creatures in movies, they only care about hot girls. Like they don't care about anybody else but hot girls. So I came out of a scary movie the other day and I saw a hot girl and I said, I whispered to her, I said, don't go camping. And then, but her friend was with her, and her friend was kind of ugly, and she's like, "What about me? Do I go camping?" And I was like, I have low standards. Like, if I don't care, like Freddy Krueger's not gonna give a fuck. So that was the bit that got, and I was like, oh, like that's I didn't know this could do. I didn't know sounds like that came out. So
Yeah.
That's a fucking phenomenal bit.
That is a
Pretty
phenomenal bit.
I stopped doing it because my wife was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'll stop it.
Bring that bit back.
Bring it back.
I'll just say I was talking about my wife. I'm like, I finally, that's how I met my wife. Maybe she'll like it. She's like, oh, you called me hot. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now I like it. That's fun.
So you didn't meet your wife by acting vaguely threatening in a movie theater?
That's you. Yeah, you got me.
That's how I met mine. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's good, man. And then, so you've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, well, I started when I was 19, and then I stopped for like 7 years. And then I made kids and all this shit. And then I started again about 2.5 years ago. So altogether, I probably have about 5 years of doing stand-up.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess the kids take a pause on everything.
It was a little bit. And then COVID happened and stuff too, so there was nothing going on anyway. So, yeah, it was a long break.
So what was it like when you first got in? Like, was it busy in Windsor, like for comedy scene and all that?
Well, when I first got in, it was just Leo. Like Leo Dufour, I don't know if you heard of him. He's an older guy, and he used to just do bits about Windsor, about like Harrow, about like all this crazy shit, and it was all local stuff. And he would just pack for like fucking years, just pack the room full of people, and he would do his same bits and destroy. Every week he'd sell out Friday, Saturday, and it would be packed. And these people were doing fundraisers and having the shows, 100 people each show. Like we're talking like 150 people a show, 100. You know what I mean? Just always sold out. I don't know what it was just like.
What nights was it?
Friday and Saturday. Yeah,
Everyone likes making fun of Harrow.
yeah,
It's kind of just a low
Yeah,
blow.
that and Chatham.
Yeah, fuck. If you talk about Chatham, I'll laugh the whole night.
yeah, yeah.
That's pretty sick. Like, so is Leo's around now?
No, he after COVID he shut down and everything because it was it starts so hard to start. He's an older guy too, so he kind of shut everything down after that. But yeah, he's great. He was very funny.
Now, what's the spot now? You would say
It's Craft Heads. You got Craft Heads and they're moving locations too, but it's called the Windsor Comedy Club. They've kind of coned the name Windsor Comedy Club on Craft Heads. There's also Chapter 2 on Walker. That's Gangs All Here is the group that does comedy there, and then just other stuff throughout the city. You'll see mics pop up and stuff like that too. So those are the two main ones, though.
those are the two main ones. So, like, because from my understanding, from the people that we talk to, it's like, I believe it's Monday nights are open night. The open mic
Tuesday. Well, it's not really an open mic too. Like I think they're talking about changing it to change it to be like a show up, go up with mic, but it's a booked thing. So they pick the comics and they put them on every Tuesday, and then that's how they do it. And then for Gangs All Here, they do it on Wednesdays.
Right.
It's the same idea. Where it's a booked open mic.
So if someone was like a brand new like say they wanted to try it, what would be the steps that they have to take?
So as of now, the easiest way to get on is like if there's what's called a pro show, and those are the sold shows where they charge people tickets, and you have somebody coming down from Toronto or Michigan or something like that, and they do a set. After those, they have an open mic. So after the show, that way you don't have an audience. Because it's so hard to get an audience at an open mic where it's like it's like nobody, you're dragging your friends out there for those kind of. So it's like if the audience is already there for the pro show, they sometimes stay and they'll watch the amateurs go up and do it. So that's the most. It's Friday or Saturday shows.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Never even thought about that. That's you got people there already.
And they're already kind of in a jokey mood. Like,
Yeah,
they're
it's-
already laughing from all the other acts.
Yeah, the tough thing though is like following it, because if you have a really good show and let's say somebody goes up and it's a guy who's from Toronto and he just destroys, and now you got Dylan talking about his fart jokes, and it's like, okay, like I mean this is a big. I can now see the contrast of how this is amateur,
Right.
And that was fantastic, and now you have to follow. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there is a dump where you're kind of just dealing with now a crowd that has super high standards because what they just saw too. So it's hard, but at least you get an audience.
At least you get an audience, and at least like maybe for some people too. I'd imagine if you're brand new, it's like just getting up there.
That too.
It's just getting up there.
Yeah, that too. There, it's better than other places. Like it was actually only like a year ago. I did a show at a pizza place, and it was like a pizza restaurant, but they had pasta and everything else. So I don't think these people knew there was a show going on. I don't think they knew anything was happening. So I'm on stage, and they asked me to host. So I'm hosting, and I look over, and there's this guy he's got a giant stomach, but on his stomach he had his phone. And it was just sitting on his stomach, so he was just watching it at full volume. And it's playing videos and stuff. And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, hey, what are you watching there? What are you doing? And he's just like, ugh, and just looks at me like I'm not answering. And then so he keeps on watching his show, and I'm trying to do like bits about like my kids and walruses and shit. And he's still talking. And then I listen. He's not skipping the commercials. Like, that's how much he doesn't give a shit about what I'm saying. He's like, I'm letting the commercial play. The whole thing. Never skipping it. Like, it's like this song, and he's just sitting there. And then I was looking, I'm like, are you going to? And he's just staring at me. Like, no longer, he's just letting it play. I'm like, I don't like this, because he doesn't want to hear me. and I'm gonna tell them like stop enjoying yourself because I'm saying things.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? I don't like shows where they don't know it's a show. You know, what I mean?
That's what I was
hate
about
that.
to say.
I know it's like something you got to do sometimes. You like okay, like it's a surprise for these. It's like if they didn't know if there's going to be comedy. I hate being like everyone stopped having fun because I have something really fun to say.
Well, that's what it is too. Because even like comedians talk about like corporate gigs, like it's like people won't even know that this guy's coming.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, or it's not even set up for it. Like it's the round table, so like half the tables, their back is towards you, and they're not expecting some dude to stand up and start spitting some comedy out. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, it's.
We gotta pause this real quick.
We're back. So anyways, no, it's tough. It's tough to do that when like you're not expecting it, but it is like, I get what you're saying. You have to do those shows to kind of get your name out there and just have something to be like, oh, maybe I've seen that guy. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah, especially at the beginning, it's like to get stage time, because what was happening at Leo's too is I was going up and like I said, I was bombing. So you'd call Leo on Monday and be like, hey, do you got a spot for me on Friday and Saturday? And for a while I was bringing my friends. And then after a while, my friends were like, oh yeah, I'm super busy. Like I'm not coming. So when I would start calling him, he'd be like, no. Like, no, you're not even bringing people, and you're making the show worse. Like, you know, which is fine. Of course, you're not going to put me on all the time if I'm bombing and stuff. So it is, you got to do these weird little mics and get yourself good to, you know what I mean, to get in front of an audience where, you know, and struggling. The thing is, too, is that's what makes you better, too, is going in front of people who don't want to hear you, because now you have to really try and be funny.
right.
Like, you have to be so spontaneously funny that even if they don't want to hear you, they're like, that was hilarious. Like, that was funny. Like, I get why, you know what I mean? So you can't just coast. You really got to push it.
Well, and it only matters if like you keep going. The only way you get better is by doing it.
100%.
Like it truthfully is.
Yeah.
It's funny because like there's a couple people I know where like they are some of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. Like where I think like, dude, you could do stand. Like if you really tried, you probably could. But it's like we had one guy. I'm not. He was on here and he talked about it for so long that because like he wants to do stand up. So like he practices obviously like. The way he started was like he practiced at his family reunions. He has an Italian family, so it's a big family. Like fucking probably alone 80 people there.
Yeah.
So he would host the thing and he would actually try to make jokes. Obviously it's your family, so it's probably a little bit of a biased opinion, but it would be like, bro, it's just that, and now it's like, okay, get on stage because he could try it because he does have some like he has bits out that do work.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I'm his friend, so it's a biased opinion again. But it's like, I think you just got to do it. And that's what I've tried to explain to him about. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
You just got to do it one time. I feel like once you get the nerves out, maybe, then it helps.
Yeah.
But like you said, like with your situation, though, too. Like you were like, I went on there and I thought I nailed the first one.
Yeah.
Like, but that was the confidence to keep going, though, right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
100%. I wouldn't have kept going if I didn't think that. And then, thankfully, I didn't figure out that I didn't do well in the first one until I did well. Then I'm like, oh, okay, now I know that I can do well.
Yeah.
I just didn't. And then you just figure it out from there. But yeah, and plus getting up and doing it for the first time, now you're that guy. Like now it's like this weird hump of like, I'm not a comic. And then just doing it once, now you're a comic. Like
right.
Now you can just jump in. You don't feel like so like nervous about getting that first one out of the way.
Yeah. Because you kind of already did.
Yeah.
And then I feel like maybe I'm just speaking from another. Like I'm not a comic at all, obviously. But like if like you bomb, it's almost like, okay, I know that didn't work. So now I got to kind of.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised too about stuff that you do and you just didn't say it with confidence, or you deliver it in a way that like there's times where I say things and I say with fear instead, like, 'cause I'm afraid of saying it this way, and then that the joke doesn't work. But it's not that the joke doesn't work. It's just I didn't say it with confidence. So like I'll do something, it doesn't work, and then I'll leave it alone, and then years later I'll look back like, that was funny. Why didn't it work? It's like, oh, because I was not delivering it the way I intended to. It was not coming out. I wasn't ready to be doing like an act out or something that, you know, put myself out there in front of people. So like I wasn't saying it the way I intended. So now I can go back and do these bits that I would have, you know, not done properly before.
Do you record like a lot of your sets?
Yeah, I was for a while. The last little while I haven't been. I should be more, because what I'm actually doing is I'm doing a documentary on. It's taking forever though, so it's like I can't even say when it's going to come out. But it's a documentary about Windsor, stand up in Windsor, and about me getting into Windsor, stuff like that. So I was recording like a lot of the shows, and then it's just taking up so much hard drive space and stuff, especially with the style of cameras you have to shoot the documentary with and stuff. So I stopped recording as much. I should just record my set with my phone though, just to have it.
Just so you could listen and
See what
analyze
worked,
it.
what didn't. You know what I mean? And yeah,
So-
that is the right way to do it.
When you were younger, before you took a break from raising your kids, like did you back then? How often were you doing stand up then? When you took a break. When you
Before you
took
took a break
from the real dream.
I get it.
No, you know what? Back then I was doing it once or twice a week tops. Like I was not doing it a lot, and that for me that felt like a lot to do it once or twice a week. It's like, oh, like I'm getting out once or twice a week, but now it's like I'm doing like probably 3 or 4 shows a week, something. You know, I'm trying to do something, whether it's in Michigan now or whatever, just getting time. And if you don't, you start to feel like weird. You start because then you're coming back up, and it's like this weird like. I don't know. It's like as if you didn't walk for a week and then try to walk again.
And you're trying to do it again.
Like you know how to walk, but you're gonna walk weird.
What was it like when you had to come back? Like you took the break and then you came back finally.
Well, the thing that when I came back is that I had a lot of shit that I couldn't say. Like that was the biggest thing is because before I left, I was just this drunk idiot kid who had all this stupid shit about being a drunk idiot kid.
Yeah.
And I had all this disgusting stuff about my genitalia and stuff. And then when I came back, I have children now. And I had no desire to say any of these things. You know what I mean? Like I can't say any of. So it was like I had to start over with material. I think I kept like 2 or 3 old bits because everything had to go. Because I'm like, I'll never repeat this. Like if my children see these things I've said, like that'll never fly. So yeah, that was coming back. That was it. I knew how to do it. Like I knew how to figure out how to do it, but I knew that all those bits had to go. So.
God, you were like, it's funny just to see even that though.
Yeah.
Like for you to be like, whew, I think I'm a little bit old enough to change from my jokes here.
Oh yeah, everything I had, I'm like, all this stuff is gross. Like it was like, I couldn't even say what some of it was. I'm like, why would I think I should do this in front of people?
On stage.
Yeah. Like this is what I want to say. If a group of people's there, let me talk about my balls. Like why would I think I want to do that?
I mean, we do
That's
that.
the subject matter I wanted to bring up. Like that's what I had to say. I don't know.
That's what my Monday meetup is.
Yeah.
Weekly ball update.
Got a strange looking hair today.
Yeah.
As I was doing the same shit every week, I was doing a weekly ball update. That's by the way, it's still the same.
Just want to inform you.
Next
sure
Monday
you all know.
meetup, no matter what
Yeah.
we're talking about, that's the title.
Yeah.
Ball update.
Ball update number 1.
17.
What inspired you to make like a documentary?
Well, the documentary there was a couple things because when I came back, I really what I was looking for is like how do I make the scene in Windsor kind of like really pop? Because what I was seeing too is like if you go look at the Windsor Film Fest and all stuff like that, it blows up. Like it gets a lot of attention around the time of year when they're doing it and stuff. And I was like, if we can somehow do something in the city with the comedy scene, we can kind of blow it up the same way. But around the time that I started doing it, everyone was starting to push out shows and. It was getting really busy now, especially after COVID, where people were just coming out anyways. So it was like, I still want to do it because of my own story in stand up, like some of the things I went through when I stopped doing stand up and stuff. I had that I want to talk about, and then talk about the growth in the city as far as the scene. So yeah, just seeing it all, I was like, this would be really cool to put in a film, you know. So. Mm-hmm.
So and then so like with the documentary and stuff like that, it's just you're just essentially trying to show other people. Like, would you put it out on YouTube?
No, so I was gonna submit it to the film festival, to the WIF, but just the way the timing is and stuff like that. What I was actually talking about doing is doing a private release. Like I had a documentary I put out years ago.
So this is even your first one?
No, this would be my second feature documentary, but the first one I put out in Lakeshore Cinema. So this one I was talking about maybe doing that or maybe doing something with one of the clubs. Everything I've been talking about I don't know for sure yet, so I don't want to say anything yet.
That's fine.
Yeah, it might be a private release. So that's what we're talking about. So
what was the first documentary about?
The first documentary, super fun. It was my sister died, so I made it was a documentary about like the afterlife, and it was studying the afterlife and stuff like that. So that's what that was about. So a lot of fun. And she's dead. Yeah.
Oh. I meant, what was your conclusion about the afterlife?
Oh yeah, it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was just it was interesting. I talked to different people about I talked to Buddhists and studied Catholicism, everything. Like we went into every different type of like what people believed and stuff. And by the end of it, it kind of came to the idea of. Obviously the blanket answer of like whatever you believe, but it was more, I was really interested in the dream stuff and like that maybe that's what it is that, you know, when you dream and maybe that's the state you go to
higher
when you
vibrational
die.
stream of consciousness. Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun.
I mean, so you have an interest in like just making films too.
Yeah. Like it's funny because when I was at home and I stopped doing stand up, I started making horror films, which was so the opposite of stand-up.
God, you're doing a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I was doing a
man.
bunch of
Holy
stupid
fuck.
shit. But I was doing horror films at home because, first of all, especially when the lockdown was happening, there was no going out or anything, and it's like you can't work, you can't do much. So it's like I just started filming the kids or filming my wife, and we would do scary movies. And I think too, the reason I like doing scary movies is it's kind of like, and this is so weird, but it's kind of like comedy in that you have to get the reaction. Like you can fake laugh, sure, but you can't really fake that reaction. And it's like with horror, it's the same kind of thing where you can't fake that this fucking scared the shit. This made me jump. This is, you know what I mean? You can't really fake that. So that's why I really liked horror too, is the same idea. It's like, it's a really pure form of that worked.
So do you see yourself like even continuously doing that too? Like just constantly making films over the years?
Yeah, I don't see myself doing as much horror as much. That was more just because I was locked in a house with 3 children, and you know, so it was like that was like, oh, let's do something horrific. And I'm like, why are you thinking these dark thoughts? Like, I don't know. It's, you know, but yeah, I would definitely want to do sketches and stuff like that, and more films too later on too, for sure. That'd be fun.
Would you post those on YouTube or?
Yeah, I posted the other ones. The one we did was called Paralysis. It was about sleep paralysis. That one got like awards and shit. Like we got like a bunch of shit for
awards.
Yeah, like we got like a European Film Awards, like short films. We submitted it all over the place. It was during COVID, like so we just had time. I'm like, let's just do this shit. So, yeah, I don't know what.
That's fucking cool, man.
Isn't it crazy when we don't have to work all the time? We can pursue other aspects of life.
Yeah, I just started like really getting into this. Like we can't pay the bills, but this movie was sick.
Look at this award I got from Europe.
Wasn't that spooky? Yeah.
We're 3 months late on rent.
Yeah.
Film award.
Yeah. But that looks cool, right?
Yeah, I know you want to evict me, but look,
But have you seen this thing?
You're gonna evict a Europe award-winning.
Award winner.
I'm the most famous person you fucking know.
What, you think the next tenants are moving in to go winning awards over here? Get the fuck out of here.
That's terrible.
That's actually fucking. But would you even do more documentaries then? Because it seems like that's you seem interested in that.
You know what's funny is the reason I do the documentary thing is because it's so hard to and expensive to do a feature, like to get everything set up. You need a whole team, gaffers, all this shit. Whereas a documentary, I can just shoot it myself. There was stuff where I would set up to go do stuff, and it's so hard to get people to actually show up. Like they'll say, like, yeah, well, I'll help you with this and this, and nobody shows up. So it's like the least amount of equipment and shit I have to do that I have to carry myself. That's what I want to do. So that's what a documentary was.
Well, I feel like that's probably just like the cost of doing business by yourself.
Yeah.
Because it seems to me now more people are continuously just going to do. Like I the best example I can give is like kind of comedy sketches, like Shane Gillis. Like he did that forever on YouTube because like once he got canceled from SNL, he was like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna make fucking
my own sketch show,
and then
blackjack and hookers."
It actually ended up working out.
I've been on that show,
but it ended up working out because he ended up getting that series on Netflix, Tires.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great show. That's very funny.
But that's what I'm saying. So I see, like, it seems like a lot more people are just going to do that now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I would like to do that kind of stuff too. Again, it's like getting the people together and like even when I filmed the thing with my wife and kids, it was like I was like swearing the whole time because I'm moving the lights, I'm moving the equipment myself, and it's like you usually have a team to do this shit. If I want it to look good, you really got to do a lot of work with lighting and everything. Like, I mean, we're hanging up pictures that we didn't own before that we started, like, this would look cool here, and like it's all going to come down later, but like for the aesthetic, for the shot, we needed this to be, it's like so much work to do yourself. So yeah, I would have to think about it.
Think about like
committing to doing any type of physical work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's literally just doing it by yourself, bro. Yeah. It's like it's not much you can. It's just the cost of doing business. Bro.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. I think it's just interesting now the way that people do it because it's like certain big industries won't touch certain things. Like, no, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that, or I don't want to deal because this person could be problematic. Or
and sometimes it's a matter of like, what do you want to get out of it? If you're trying to make $1 million, and probably not. But if you're trying to do something because you have an idea, you want to do it, then go do it. You know.
I mean, even Chase, like that show you showed me, was it like that?
Oh, smiling friends.
Smiling
Yeah.
Friends. That shit is so funny. So it's just like a little skit animated show on YouTube that
Yeah.
he bought for. What is it? What'd you buy it for?
$15.
$15 for what?
It's not exclusively on YouTube. It's on like Adult Swim.
Is it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I thought I only.
No,
seen
I'm not
YouTube.
just buying random YouTube.
I don't know. I thought you were. But anyways, that little show is funny. It's only like 15 minutes. Like it's
Really?
a 15-minute skit, but
The
it's
new
hilarious.
episode, hilarious.
Is it?
Oh
Yeah.
man, they get kidnapped by aliens, and then the aliens that kidnap them get kidnapped.
Oh shit!
Dude, the first
That's a
video
good-
is so
that's a funny
funny.
idea.
The first video is so funny of them of them walking into the building. This guy.
So their whole job is to make people smile.
Yeah.
So mom calls the company and is like, I need you to help me make my son smile. My little Jimmy's not doing well. So they get called there. They show up, and they're like, she's like, he's right in here. Opens the door. Just like a 40-year-old dude in his underwear with a gun to his head. And they're like, hi.
And they're like, whoa.
And the one guy's like, can I talk to you for a second, partner? I think we should let this guy go. He's made up his mind. I don't think this is like above our job description.
and it's funny the entire time they're trying to show him like the meat, like look, like this has me. The entire time they go to anything, the gun's right at the head.
Never
The
once
entire
does he
time.
take it off until the very end when he shoots something else.
Oh, that's
he
funny.
shoots something else, and all of a sudden he goes, life does have meaning. Just a little bit of murder.
Just a little bit of murder. That's all.
That's funny.
Do you need another beer or something?
No, I'm okay.
No, you're good right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh fuck.
So, like, when you weren't doing comedy,
Yeah.
what'd you do for work?
I do graphic design and like video stuff too, like
Okay, so you don't just do the video stuff as a hobby.
No,
You've done that for actual
Yeah.
employment.
Yeah, I've had to do it. It's just when I'm supposed to be working, I'm doing stupid things too on the side. So
Well,
Yeah.
who doesn't? Who doesn't?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
anyone worth talking to does do stupid shit on the side.
100%.
When you started comedy, did you have like someone that you looked up to?
Yeah, well, I still do. I loved Dave Chappelle. Like, I was obsessed with Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that happens too. Who else was there? Patrice O'Neill. I would love Patrice.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and then the other one. You know what's funny? I love Conan O'Brien. I'm fucking obsessed. I used to be obsessed with Late Night with Conan, like before the Tonight Show shit and stuff. Just like how goofy and like whenever anything wouldn't work or stuff like that, how he dealt with it, I always thought was the funniest, most pure comedy. Just seeing him deal with bits that bomb and shit.
I think for me, like when I look at like comedians like through clips or whatever, the crowd heckling.
Oh, yeah.
Like the heckling, it's gotta be like when they somehow twist it and they're like, dude, I remember seeing one, I forget who the person's name is, but I remember seeing one where this girl's just yelling the entire time. She's not shutting up, and he just goes, I don't know how you did it, but you made the whole room against you. You got the whole room chanting
Yeah.
for you to get the fuck out of here right now. That's amazing.
It's a weird thing. Heckling's weird. Sometimes it brings funny moments, and then that's great when it works out and it ends with something funny. Sometimes it's like literally the weirdest shit. Like the other day, something happened. It wasn't even a heckle. Someone just let out a stink bomb, like literally blew up a stink bomb, and then it's just the whole place smelled like shit. That was their version of heckling, I guess. One time I had a guy who, this was the New Year's Eve show too, and it was a weird thing already, and I'm doing my shit, and then I look over, and there's this guy, and he's talking. But he's not talking to me. He's just talking loudly to the person he's next to. But he had, like, a satchel. So I was being silly, and I was like, hey, sir, how are you? What are you talking about? You're talking about your beautiful purse. And he was like, it's not a fucking purse. And he's, like, losing his mind. And I'm like, okay. And then he starts yelling. He goes, this purse. If he would have said that, this bag, what's in this bag is worth more than your whole fucking life. And I was like, so then I thought it was funny, and I was like, that sounds like an expensive purse. And he got so mad, and now the room is like looking at me like no, don't talk to him anymore. And I'm like, so then he goes, which was the worst part, is I'm like, oh, okay, sir, well, you enjoy your bag, whatever you want to call it. I just noticed you were talking, so
yeah.
And I turn around and he goes, yeah, now go do your fucking jokes. And I'm like, well, now I can't do my jokes. I look like a pussy if I just like, okay, sure, like I'll do whatever you say. So now we're in this thing. I'm like, well, I can't now because you just made it weird. But now we're just arguing. and it's not funny. It's not good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this sucks. Because what are you going to do now? Because he's aggressive, and it's only so much you can tease someone who's aggressive before you're like, okay, now he wants to like fight me because I called it a purse. Like it's a purse. Like, anyways, so
What was in the purse?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What's in the fucking purse? This dude,
What's
because he
more-
had to say it, right?
Yeah.
He had to say it.
that has to be drugs. Like, I mean, you just confess to having drugs. There's nothing you can have in your purse that's worth more than a human.
What
being.
else are you carrying? Oh well. Anyway, what else are you carrying in your satchel?
Yeah, exactly. It was just weird. It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know how to fix this because this is too awkward.
Right.
Like I can make
I would have
fun of you as
demanded
much
him to empty out the satchel.
Let's see it. What's in there?
Seize him. Seize him.
Well, it was worse because for some reason the crowd all knew, like, don't talk. That guy's fucking crazy. Don't talk to him. And I was like, what the fuck?
Like, they-
I remember
Oh,
looking
he's a
around. They're
lo-
like, no. And I
He's
was
a
like,
local problem.
Yeah. It was like a thing because there was only like 25, 30 people there, whatever it was. So they're looking, no, don't talk to him. And I was like,
Oh, there was a gun in the satchel.
possibly. I don't know. They were like terrified for me. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
whatever.
they were totally like,
Yeah.
brother, do not talk to this man. when the crowd is like not laughing, they're looking at you and they're like, look, you should probably.
No, you should probably take his advice. Just do your fucking jokes. Just
Shut the fuck
Do us all a favor. Do the jokes.
Just do what he said.
But I feel like, because I heard other comics talking about it, they think like, yeah, the heckling is kind of good because you can get good clips from it, but like then it almost kind of promotes heckling because now they kind of want to be included maybe in the clips or something like that.
Yeah, and that's sometimes it ruins the bit. Like a lot of times people are doing stuff where they're working on timing or they're working on a thing, so it's like interrupt the show. It's so fucking annoying because that's like I'm going somewhere with this, and like you're interrupting. I have a set planned out, and sometimes like there's a strict time because maybe they got like a big headliner coming on. I can't go too long. Like talking during the show, it just fucks everything up so much sometimes. So some people like diving into crowd work, and that'll just be their whole set. Which I'm like, I don't know what you're like. What are you getting? I guess for clips. That's the thing too. Is like now people are getting clips from just doing crowd work
Because they want to use their bits.
Yeah, because they want to use the clips for clips online.
Yeah.
So it's like, so they're not even really getting good at stand up. They're just getting really good at having conversations. But there's no bits they can ever use again. They can't go out and say, okay, I got 10 minutes of material now that I can do and get paid for it. It's like, no, I just talked to Joe Blow. Like, so.
Well, because there could be, I guess, there could be something like that where, let's say a comedian's just posting like crowd work clips and you think like, oh man, this dude's hilarious. We got to go see him. But then you go, maybe his like actual stand up is not the greatest.
Not as good. Yeah, that's what people were complaining about with the Matt Rife thing. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone said, his special. But they're like, oh, well, he's only good at crowd work, and they said his set was terrible. I'm like, I don't think it was terrible, but I understand that they were expecting a certain thing.
I think he definitely did though get his viewership from the clips.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So then they come and see it, and they're like, this is not what I thought it was. Yeah. So.
Well, because it's just like he was a good looking guy, and then like some girl would like yell at him, and he'd be like, "What are you doing? How drunk are you?"
Yeah.
Have you ever had that where like someone's just too hammered, and it's like this is almost brutal?
Yeah. There was one guy, and it was not when I was on stage. Before I got on stage, he was fucking beyond hammered, and he had a dog with him. Okay, and
He had a dog with him, and
the dog was fine. The dog was
dog was
not
good,
a
all
problem.
right.
The dog was sitting there quiet, but he was just annoying and loud. So at one point they said, "You have to go." So he starts yelling. He goes, "You guys got a problem with my fucking dog?" And everyone's like, "No one's talking about the dog, sir. The dog's fine. Like whatever."
The dog can stay.
That's what he
frankly.
said. That's what the comic said. They said the dog can stay. Just you have to go or whatever. And then so eventually it's like this thing where it was almost a fist fight. Like he was like pulling on people. They're like, "You have to go. Like you're making a ruckus here." He was like throwing his beer and stuff like that. He was being a dick. And then after he left, I went up and I was like, "Thank God we got rid of that fucking dog. That piece of fucking stupid cunt was making me sick." I was like,
I'm tired of fucking looking at it.
fucking sick of that thing. Yeah. So. Yeah, but that's the extent of it. It's like where it's just like this is like just leave. Like,
Yeah, for real. Like fuck off. You're just being like annoying. Have you ever had like where crowds like, bro, get the fuck out of here?
Even when I've bombed, I never felt like they got aggressive with me, like they hated me. But I've seen things like when people go up and start making like they want to be the risky guy who's making jokes about Palestine and stuff. And it's like, well, how'd that go? Like they're like, get off. Like seriously, they've had that stuff before.
Shoot or shoot, man.
I feel like we'll shoot or shoot, but I feel like
we gotta take the risk.
I don't know if Windsor's maybe the scene.
No, no.
I don't think Windsor's the scene to be doing that here.
Yeah.
But no, like even what was I gonna say? I was about to say something.
It's 8 inches, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Nice, yeah, man. You want to step outside?
Oh, yeah, we can measure.
I brought my measuring tape.
He has his marked at.
Oh yeah, mine's marked at 3.5.
Ooh,
I cheated that.
another, oh.
I cheated.
He's
that.
like, I decide where the base is.
I used to work with this guy, R.I.P. But he used to always go like, yeah. He'd be like, I'm working out now. You work out, your dick grows. I'm telling you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you lose some weight and a little bit of fucking fat down there shrinks. You get about 1.5 inches. I'm like, you've been checking.
That's all he's losing weight for.
He's not even using this scale anymore. He's just using the measuring tape.
Yeah, he did not give a shit what he looked like.
Yeah.
You didn't give a fuck, bro. This guy's just like, I'm hoping for the best out
Good
here.
guy, though. He was.
Oh, man. Working with some guys like that. There's some guys that I've worked with that are the funniest fucking dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, because I work in a shop. So it's like all those guys are like, they're almost like the stand-up comedians in there, but it's like if they got on stage, they'd be funny. Like, you know what I mean? They'd say some wild shit.
Yeah,
And you'd be
yeah.
like, all right, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, it would be so quick.
Yeah.
What they think is funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My coworkers would be in prison.
Yeah.
They said what they say in the lunch trailer on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like just with the guys like where you're shooting the shit. Have you ever seen like a comedian where they are getting heckled and they handle it well?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the time. There's times when you know that you could deal with it properly, and the best way to do it, I feel, is if you can get the crowd to say that guy's the problem, and then sometimes they'll realize it and be like, "Oh no, I'm trying to be fun. Don't worry." Like, you know what I mean? And you can change them. The hardest heckler is somebody who's heckling but having a good time. Like if they're like, "Woo, like I love that," and then he's like, oh, "Thank you, just shut up though." And then they'll keep. So now it's like I don't want to turn him against me because he's enjoying it, but it is very annoying. That's a hard heckler to deal with.
You
Like,
can't just look him in the eye and say, shut up.
yeah, because he's like, "I love everything you've said," and I'm like, "I thank you. Just don't say it out loud. Just shut up."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. It's enough.
I'm not gonna make him hate me now that he's you know what I mean? So it's like a weird, yeah, that happens too.
Try it.
Try to make him hate me.
Yeah, just try it and be like, hey, man. No, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If you're agreeing with what I'm saying, you're a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to rethink yourself.
There's something wrong with you, is it? Yeah.
Do you see more like new people trying to attempt stand up now?
Yeah, not as much. Like, I mean, once in a while you'll see them come up, but more often I see someone, they'll come up, do one time, and then you'll never see them again. That happens a lot. Or you'll see them do a couple of times, and then you'll not see them for a couple months, and they'll show up, that kind of thing too. But yeah, I see that once in a while, like more and more now, I guess. I'm trying to think if it's more than usual.
Like I was gonna say, has there ever been like even a time where maybe you've seen like a newer comic come on, they're trying something out, and you're like, hey man, that's not bad. Like it needs some work, but it's like just keep attacking it.
Yeah, that happens too. Like we'll see guys who are doing stuff and they're so new, but they had a joke. There's one guy, his name's Josh Camello. He's newer, but he's got a lot of very funny material. But he's so new that it's the stage presence he's still working on and stuff like that. But his jokes are very like the think of any guy with one-liner jokes. I don't know why I can't think of
David
any.
Tell.
Not like David Tell. He's not that good at all. He's
Well, I was thinking of one-liners.
yeah. But like those kind of guys who have the one-liner dry material and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, but he does that. And he's a good writer and stuff like that. But again, he's still working on his stage presence. He's still working on the other elements of it. But
I find people who are like good writers are also good like comics. Like they just know how to make people laugh.
yeah, but the other thing too is like I said earlier too about like you have to develop a way to deliver that in a way that you're not delivering it with fear or with weird emotions that are not funny. 'Cause
Right.
now it's like you can say something that's funny, but if you're saying it in a weird way, I was like, what the fuck are you talking? You know what I mean? It's just you don't hear it the way you're supposed to. So that happens too. So they got to figure that out too at the beginning.
Are you doing like a lot of shows with like some of the same comics? Like so I'll scroll through and sometimes I see like it's you and then like maybe 5 other people on.
Yeah.
Like are those like regular like those are the regular crowd that's going?
Yeah, so a lot of times we'll do it with the same couple people because there's a couple of guys in the city who are like really good. Like they're kind of guys who like there's one gentleman named Paul Montagna. He's filming a special, like a little release thing. He's been doing that in December. He's really good. There's Tim Rayburn. He performs all over Michigan and stuff like that. He's very, very funny. There's a couple of them who are consistently going out and doing all the shows because if you're doing a show, you want to book them because you know it's going to go well. So we'll get you on. So you have this lineup that's always continuous too. So
Is that like, how do you even line up shows? Like, just take me through that process because I have no idea anything about that.
So like, because tomorrow we have one it's called Dad Jokes, right? That's a show we're doing tomorrow. It's sold out, but it's one of those things where we originally had it where there's this guy and his name's Tim Brady, and he's a dad. He's got a couple kids, but he's older. And he, as part of his set once in a while, he'll just do dad jokes. Like, he'll just read off silly dad jokes or whatever. So he came up with an idea about doing a Father's Day show where he hosts and does that. And then all the comedians do bits that are related to dads. They don't have to be dad jokes, but just stuff about parenting or whatever and stuff. So what we do is we just reach out to a couple of the comics who we know would do well. It doesn't even have to be people who specifically are like that, but it's like, hey, this is the bit. You guys write some stuff for it, and then you book the show, and it's pretty simple. Just messages.
Just messages, yeah?
Yeah, just reach out to them and get it set up, yeah.
What's like the furthest that you've gone and performed? Just in Michigan?
Michigan, Toronto. Yeah, I think that's the furthest I've ever gone. I think the farthest driving I've gone is Toronto. I don't to perform. I don't drive further than that for performing, yeah.
But what's the Toronto comedy scene like?
I haven't done stand-up in Toronto since when I was a kid. I've done it in Michigan a little bit, but like since before I did London and Chatham. Chatham's a smaller thing, but yeah, I haven't done Toronto in a while. But from what I hear, it's like but you can do like 2-3 shows a night because there's just that many mics going on. So.
In where? In Toronto?
In Toronto, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I want to go to like Yuck Yucks or something like there, man. I want to give it a shot.
Yeah, I'd love to go. I'd love to try a set at Yuck Yucks. Yeah.
When for that, would they have like an open mic night like some of those?
They do.
Bigger
they
clubs?
have. I think it's Tuesdays, but I think you have to submit on Thursdays before. So I forget how it works, but there's this whole process.
Oh, so you do have to like submit. It's not like you can't just walk in there and be like,
no.
They got to line you up.
Yeah, for those ones especially. Yeah, you gotta set it up. Some of the ones in Michigan, like Mark Ridley's and stuff like that, you got to set up a week before, and then you send them your name, and I don't know if they look you up or how that works, but yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to do. That'd be fun, just to be doing stand up in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like a lot, like even what's that guy's name? Tom Green's from there.
Yeah,
he's a Canadian stand up. He's fucking funny. He makes me laugh sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But I think just with stand up now, like maybe because people look at it like whether it's the clips online and they maybe get a shot at it. But I would imagine it would have to be bigger in like New York.
Yeah,
all them places.
That's the thing. New York's really big. You know what's big now is Texas. Everyone's going to Texas to do stand-up.
Yeah, I see
it's like huge doing stand-up in Texas now. So, yeah, it's different scenes. We'll have.
We got Rogan's Club.
I think that's what happened too, right? Yeah. He got out there and everybody started going there. So, yeah, everyone's saying they're going to Texas to do stand-up.
Well, it's like a lot of those because I like a lot of those guys too. Like I like Brian Simpson. He makes me fucking laugh, bro. Yeah. Shane Gillis makes me fucking laugh.
He's great.
Both of his stand-up specials, hilarious, bro.
He's so
live in it's like Live in Austin is the one on YouTube. Hilarious. I've rewatched that one so many times.
He's great.
Like, where's the cheese, Danny? You never seen Shane? No, bro, you got to see Shane Gillis. You'd like Shane. Who was your comedian?
I mean, like after Chappelle's special, I kind of stopped watching stand-up in town.
What are you dropping over there?
I'm kicking shit.
You said you liked Chappelle?
Yeah, who doesn't like Chappelle?
Yeah, that's true.
Chappelle's great.
Yeah, he kind of hits out all the boxes.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
He always calls himself the GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT. Chappelle's show is so funny, bro. There's nothing ever going to be like that.
No, they can't do that again.
They definitely cannot. When he's he's blind.
Yeah, Clayton Bigsby. That's great.
Clayton Bigsby. That's such a good one.
Oh man.
The guys who live with him are like, no one can know.
Yeah.
He's raking in cash, and the message is right on. But terrible secret.
It's a terrible secret.
Oh, he's funny.
But other than that, you have other like hobbies other than comedy. Like, I know you're in the graphic design thing and film thing, but do you have anything other than that?
I don't do a lot of things. No, not a lot of other things than that. Yeah,
just that's your groove. Like video games, nothing.
Not as much. No, I don't have time for video. I would like I play Red Dead Redemption, but I don't ever play like
great game.
Yeah. I don't play it for. I just like kill the animals and then just jump on people and crazy shit like tie them up, and I don't actually play the story. I've had. How long has that game been out, by the way?
It's had to be for a while now.
Like 10 years?
Wait, the first one?
No, the second one.
Oh, like 3 years? Maybe,
Is it 3 years?
Maybe 4 now. No, it's more than
I was
that.
gonna say like 6.
It's got to be like
Ryan,
6
can
now.
you search up how long Red Dead's been out for?
And I've never played the story.
You
I got past the first thing where you're walking in the snow, and then I got to the point where I was able to go do stupid things, and that's all I've done.
You
for
have
7
to
years.
play the story, man.
Yeah,
The story's
You
good.
have to play the story. I've cried.
Feels like,
The first one?
No, we need the
See, that's the-
second one.
yeah.
Oh, 2018.
That's
okay.
not that bad. That's 6 years. Still though, I've never played the story. I've never gotten past that
story,
part.
man.
Those
It's
are
just-
good games.
Yeah.
Like even like Last of Us. We always talk about Last of Us.
I played the story in that one. That was good.
We have that painted. Like that's supposed to be the door.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to be that. It's like the firefly spray painted on the thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's sick.
yeah.
That was a good game.
It was.
I didn't play the second one because I saw some clips and I was like, I don't want to spoil it, but I was like, that's sad. I don't want to play that.
Yeah, it is. It's
It was
because
sad, yeah.
I mean, me and him when he was playing the second one, we were in his garage, and I was just we were both on the couch. I was just watching him play. I'm fucking eating like whatever snack I got with me and watching him fucking play Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Like it's such a sick game. You watch the show?
No, I didn't watch the show at all.
Oh, dude, the show's so good.
Is it good?
It's so fucking good,
I'll have to
bro.
take a look.
It honest to God, only show that like I talk about it all the time where it made me want to come back. Like, oh, it's Sunday at 9. Okay, I can't fuck with anybody.
Really?
Like it's the only show. The only other show that well, I can't even say that because we always talk about The Walking Dead, but The Walking Dead for us, like I didn't personally get into it till like after season 6. Then I was like, I'll
That's
watch
when
it.
I got out of it when they killed the Asian
Yeah, that's
guy.
when I stopped.
was like, I can't do this. I was so invested, and he was such a sweet boy, and then they just killed him like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to watch this shit anymore. This is fucking insane. Why do I want to watch this? Like,
A lot of people did,
Yeah.
but me and him were like giant Walking Dead.
oh
fans.
really?
Holy!
I
fuck.
liked it before then. I was a big. And I'm like,
After
I
that, because I came back years later when it was
Yeah.
on like season 9.
Yeah.
is when I restarted watching it. It got good
good?
again, friend, for a bit.
Season 9, season 10 was fun. That was
really?
a fun.
But
oh,
then I saw they killed Carl, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to
yeah,
see
dude.
that too.
Dude,
That's
I
it's so.
die like a bitch.
yeah.
They didn't need to
He
do
did.
my.
No, he did. Dead ass. If you know, like Carl, man, he died like a fucking punk ass bitch,
Oh man, that's so
dude.
sad.
And he like, it wasn't even that fucking doctor, man.
Now I gotta see what happened. I just saw that they killed him off, and he had a missing eye and shit. I'm like, they just beat the shit out of him and killed him. Like,
Yeah.
It is a lot because now they have spin-off shows. I don't even know if you heard of that.
I seen that they had that, and it's just the girl with the sword and
Rick.
Andrew Lincoln. What's his real name? What's his name?
Rick.
Rick Grimes. Okay, yeah. I saw they had a thing, which I'm like, I thought he died too from what I read. So now I'm like, they just undid that.
He didn't die.
Yeah, he didn't die.
Oh, it's
He
like
didn't
an
die.
off-screen death.
Well, it was. They showed right at the end of the episode he didn't die.
Oh.
But the whole episode leading up to it was like he was going to die.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I would watch
Mid-season.
that maybe. It's just sometimes
Yeah.
it's like you get so invested and they do horrific. I'm like, I don't want to watch. This is sad now. Like, you know.
I bought it on disc.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've ever bought on disc.
I have to check it out.
It's honestly, man, give it a read.
54
give it another
piece.
Because
chance.
it's honestly, me and him talk about this all the time. It's got to be annoying for people, but it's like from like season fucking 1 to like 4 are so like even you could fit 5 in there. So good.
Yeah.
They're so fucking good, dude.
Season 6 was peak Walking Dead. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, season 6 honestly, deadass could be peak Walking Dead.
Season
Really?
6, episode 1 and 2, insane.
Really?
Yeah,
Insane.
dude. Like especially like if you're saying you watched up to that point, then you remember when Rick, this motherfucker walked into Alexandria,
Okay.
covered in blood with a baby on him, with
Yes.
a python in his fucking hand. Was
Just,
like
just pointing it at people.
just pointing at people with a baby in his hand. I'll fucking shoot every motherfucker here.
Yeah.
And you need to hand over your guns. If we were going to use them, we would have started already.
Yeah.
He says with an infant in his hands.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's
There was
such
great moments in that show. It's just it was one of those things where I was like, I can't commit to this. This is too dark. When they
because it is a lot. Like don't get me wrong, it is a lot. But me and him were so invested into it. Like we would be on here and be like, yo, you know that new show's about to drop soon. Like that new show's gonna drop in like a month.
yeah
We watch all the ones who live.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Very good. If you watch the
they're
whole
all
show.
they're all spin-offs of it. Like
Yeah.
That's the spin-off, the Rick
This-
and Michonne spin-off.
The spin-off is Michonne trying to find Rick.
that's her name, Michonne.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
it being a hard name to pronounce. So
Yeah. Michonne was trying to find Rick.
Okay.
And then
because they're in love.
That's
right.
cute.
Nothing can separate them.
Yeah.
And then Daryl went off on his own to try and also find Rick.
Oh, everyone's just looking for Rick.
Because they, years later, were like, wait, he might be alive?
Yeah.
They found it.
And then they're like, let's cross the country on no trail.
No,
No trail,
no
nothing.
solid evidence.
So how about, is Carl for sure dead though?
No.
Oh yeah, no.
The way-
yeah, he died.
I almost don't want to spoil it just in case you do watch it, but it is like one of those deaths where you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, like they.
Bullshit.
Yeah. It's like he could have went. You could have written him out better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You couldn't have written him out better. Get the fuck
How
out of
else
here.
would you have written him out? Though?
I guess.
Oh yeah, because didn't they have to write him out? I read something that like I didn't watch the show at that point, but I read that he had to stop doing the show or something.
Can we look that up?
Why?
Do you have 3 laptops now?
She's doing work on the other one.
Oh, okay, all right.
2 podcasts and 1 for regular work.
Carl? Why? How? Yeah, why they killed Carl?
Because he died like a bitch.
He did, and it's just like oh man, it's like
For
the
a
way you go-
doctor? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I thought I read that they had to, because why did they remove Carl from The Walking Dead?
Reddit has the answers.
Reddit knows everything.
Reddit.
Actor turned 18 and wanted adult pay, and they killed him off, is what I keep
Oh.
hearing. Pretty shitty. I mean, that's just super toxin making up shit, though. I thought I read that there was a thing, like he had a specific reason. He had another show he started doing or something. Or
The
movie.
real reason Chandler Riggs left The Walking Dead.
Yeah, see what they did? They just like took his eye and then.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
that was a wild.
That was crazy.
dude. That scene
No
is
one,
so wild.
no one.
So he went through all that turmoil, and then they're like, okay, and now he's gonna die too. Like he gets
Yes.
no retribution.
Okay, so it says blah 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 left, not because the actor was ready to leave or the character was out of stories, but because then showrunner Scott M. Gimple needed to give Rick some motivation to keep
okay. So
Negan
my
around.
thing was incorrect then.
Oh, so
I think it was a common. That was why Andrew Lincoln
There was a
left.
story reason.
Andrew Lincoln left because he was like, they're not paying me enough to spend this much
Okay.
time away from my family.
Okay. So that was what I read was not true then. I
Yeah.
thought he got off because of some other thing he was doing.
Yeah.
it is interesting how they keep Negan alive too. You know what I mean?
Is that different?
Bitch.
Wasn't there a different thing in the story where he was like am I wrong? Where like Rick doesn't die. Rick dies.
Yeah.
But then Carl's the main guy. Is that right?
I think so from the comics.
In the
yeah.
comics,
In the
whatever it is,
comics,
graphic
maybe.
novels, whatever it is.
But it's like they had to switch so much shit because you said Rick actually dies in the comics, doesn't he?
Yeah,
You
and
said
loses
that?
his hand in the prison.
And loses his hand in the prison. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
different.
yeah. So it's like much later.
Oh yeah, they just changed it up for the show just to.
So you don't know what's going to happen because I mean, if
Yeah.
you just read the thing
Yeah.
and they do the same thing in the show, it's kind of
But the Last of Us, they said they're keeping it as is.
Oh,
Like
really?
how the game was.
Yeah.
They're like
oh, so this second season's going to be so fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I just wanted to say I'm a huge nerd for The Last of Us, and the show fucking nailed everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Down to the point where like the girl that voices Ellie in the game is her mom in the show.
Oh, really?
So
eh?
fucking cool.
That is awesome.
They
Oh, yeah.
killed it, and I will
I
never
gotta
shut up
take a
about
look.
it.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
They
then.
they
I
give
love
you
that game.
context to things that you never knew that you needed context for. Like they give you context on why Ellie's immune. Like
Oh, really?
you-
They
Yeah.
went into that shit, eh?
did
Yeah.
you happen to play the one that was kind of in between
the
one
one
and
with
two?
her little friend?
Yeah.
Well, not friend, but I mean, it was like
Yeah.
a love interest that you didn't know was a love interest. Is that right? Am
Yeah.
I
wrong?
thought they were just buddies.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It was a DLC though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do the DLC, but
Okay.
I knew what it was.
But yeah, so that's obviously like a whole separate game, but they just summed it up and turned it into one episode.
Oh,
So fucking good, dude.
I gotta watch that. That
So
one
good.
sounds like something I would, because I feel like it's heartbreaking, but the season one is not. Like at the end of that game, I was like, that's kind of fucked up, but I like this ending.
It just I like it. I don't know what it is. I like when shows like clearly Joel is not the greatest human being,
Right.
but it's like you're rooting for him the entire time. The
Yeah,
entire
exactly.
time you're rooting
Yes,
for him. It's
yeah.
like Tony Soprano.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like Sopranos, I was always rooting for
Or like
Tony.
Breaking
or,
Bad.
or like Sons of Anarchy.
You know what's funny is that when I watched Breaking Bad originally, I was like rooting for Walt. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you can fucking get the, he'll figure it out. Now I watch back, I'm like, you're a psycho. Like, but it's weird, like at the time, because it was a new story to me. I was like, oh, how he's gonna figure his way out of this shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm going back, like, he needs to be stopped.
Yeah.
Like,
With a lot of those
He can't
shows,
keep getting away with
Peaky
right,
Blinders.
because I know where it's going. I'm like, he's gonna get away with this shit. This guy's a psycho. Because I didn't know he was. I was like, I'm rooting for him to figure this out. Like,
It's like Sons of Anarchy's like that, where you're rooting for Jax. I mean, Jax is constantly killing people the entire time.
Yeah.
This dude is like, I'm gonna murder this other gang member.
Everyone else, we can't keep killing people, man.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna
He
execute
goes-
4 men in this warehouse.
And you were like, he had to do that. I like how he informed nobody else in his gang. by the
No.
way. Anybody else in the club, they couldn't know.
Yeah.
They had no idea. But he was just like, I will kill everybody in here without anybody's voting. No voting
No,
on this one.
President veto.
Veto. I'm fucking just gonna kill these people.
Yeah.
But it's like that with most shit, because it's like you sit there and you realize you're rooting for the fucking the bad guy.
That has happened. I'm like, oh shit. You know what's? This has nothing to do with that. I used to watch To Catch a Predator, and I was like, yeah, fuck those guys. But whenever I'd watch it and they would get into the house, I'm like, okay, now I'm seeing the evidence he's presenting. I'm like, how would I lie out of this? Like, I always used to think, like, how would I figure out like something I could say?
Yeah.
Not that I would ever. Not that you'd ever be in a position.
they bury themselves fast.
Yeah, then you're so here. Well, maybe he would say this, and then you think of that, and then all of a sudden he says, and then here you said clearly this is me and sent your ID. It's like, oh fuck, like,
son of a bitch,
I
man.
was pulling for you, like.
You're
The one where he knew the guy from the train.
Yeah,
that
dude.
one's always tough because it's
Yeah.
like,
It's weird because you
Damn,
do
dude.
know you want them to be punished, but you're also like, I kind of want to see if he can figure this out. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like,
there's no escaping Chris.
no, you want.
Dude, when he walked in, those people were like, fuck.
That one guy was like, Chris, no, man. Come on.
Especially, like, you got to think the amount of times they did show that house and how long it went for.
Yeah.
It's like the people, because like a lot of people did as soon as they seen Chris, they were like, fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Son of a
Like, remember
bitch.
the one dude that brought a pizza and just started eating the pizza?
And he's sitting there
While he
while
goes
being
back.
Because he's like, well, I know I'm going to fucking
And
jail.
he's like,
so
do you
I'm
want one? I'm like trying to
Yeah.
share it. Oh, you're a jackass.
And then
That's
he,
so bad.
because it's like all the cops were in the garage too, so they pull his car in or whatever, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're getting you, buddy. You're getting nailed for this."
Yeah.
But it's like all those shows was that like that, and the reason I think we searched it up. Remember, we had to search it up why he stopped that show, but it was because I think as they got to the house or whatever, and the guy knew what was happening, fucking yeah.
I thought it was because they caught a judge or a district attorney.
Might have been something.
I'm
like
pretty
that,
sure they
too.
caught
Can
a
you search? Can you search that up? Why did
and then he killed
Catch
himself.
a Predator stop? Yeah, I thought it was
And
something
then
like
he
that.
killed
You're right.
himself,
I
yeah.
heard that. It might have been the same story. But yeah, it was the same.
It was
guy.
something like that though. Maybe like he caught him and then he.
It was
And
like
the-
he got caught on the show, and then his life is ruined.
Oh yeah, you're right. Following a district attorney suicide.
Oh, so it's both stories. Like it was the district attorney and he killed himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
The 13-year-old boy thing. That's gross. That's really weird. Ugh.
Yeah. Well.
People are fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to do, and then to actually try to go through with it is really fucking weird. That's crazy.
Well, because now you have a lot of these. There's like a bunch of streamers now who will do like they're pretty much just taking over for Chris.
yeah,
Yeah.
but aren't they like aggressive about it? I didn't watch them.
They're
but I've
like
seen-
beating the shit out of dudes. They're beating the like he'll like Vitali's one of the
Vitaly,
guys,
yeah.
and he catches the guy, corners him in a parking lot, and he goes, "Okay, put these punching gloves on because me and you're gonna fight." And the guy's like clearly like,
I don't think
just
we need
take me
fight.
to like the guy is literally kind of like, just take me, bro.
Yeah.
Just take me to jail.
The thing
Like,
about Vitaly and them doing it though is the difference is like when I see Chris Hansen showing up, I'm like, ironclad, you probably are a pedophile. When you got Vitaly, I'm like, he might not even have the right fucking guy. Like, I don't trust you. You're just a guy on YouTube. I'm just
You're
trusting
not
you did the proper
even in
research.
a suit.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're just some dude who's streaming.
You're in a t-shirt, sir. You don't know.
You don't know for sure.
And then everyone's
there was this guy who was just handing out T-shirts. Like I got caught trying to meet a 13-year-old girl, and they're like, "Put it on, put on this shirt in the Walmart."
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, and then like, it's funny because like people he'll be beating the fuck out of the guy, and then someone from afar will be like, "What do you do? Like, what are you doing? Like, is everything all right?" It's like, it's all right. This dude's trying to meet a 13-year-old or whatever. And then
Carry
they're just
on.
like, they're like, "Oh yeah, carry on."
Oh, yeah,
never
yeah.
mind. Like, just beat the
Carry on.
fuck out of this guy.
You need a hand?
Or when they they're like pulling some dude out of his car, like, get him out of here.
That can't be allowed.
Dude, but it's like what because listen, whatever you could. To be fair, I don't like that either. So like, I get why they're fucking aggressive about it. But it's also like you're recording and live streaming it. There's no way this is like.
Yeah, you can't just.
There's
beat the
no
shit out
way
of
is
people.
that like that's legal.
You're
right?
not even carrying a gun.
I guess you're not carrying a gun, but it's like, can you just be live streaming you pulling some dude out of his car,
Yeah.
ready to beat the fuck out of him?
Apparently, he's
I
still
get-
going.
I mean, he's still going. That's what I
He
mean.
is,
Like,
eh?
yeah, no one said anything. And then anytime someone comments like, "Hey man, are you being a little bit aggressive?" He goes, "Pedophile sympathizer." Yeah. You say to him, he goes, "You're a pedophile sympathizer." Simple as that, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess that's a foolproof system.
I mean, some of them are like, he's literally like, I'm gonna piss in this cup and you're gonna drink it now, and he will. He'll like urinate on stream.
Now
and
it sounds like he might have some issues too. That like that's a weird thing to want a pedophile to drink your pee.
I mean, it does not surprise me.
It's like, you know, beating the shit out of him in public. I can understand. I can get behind that. But you can't be forcing people to drink your pee, man.
Yeah, that sounds like you want to share a bond with him now. This is a weird thing.
But that definitely feels like if you see that, like, okay, yeah, you're right. He was wrong for meeting at the. You can't piss in a cup though and give it to him. Like you can't fucking do that.
You do not have the power.
Yeah, I don't think
to torture this man.
Everyone's like, yeah, beat the shit out of him. Go ahead.
Like, it's a gray area of the law beating up a pedophile.
Yeah.
But forcing another human being to drink your piss on video while you yell at him in public?
Yeah, and you're just bringing piss into this piss did not need to be involved in this, sir. Like
that's what he's going to go to jail for, the piss thing.
Yeah. Or he'll do like, there's some of them because like I'll watch them and there's like the chip, like the hot chip.
Oh, the hot chip challenge. Okay.
The hot chip challenge. He's like, take this.
Oh, wow.
What?
He'll just make him take it.
Finding people to do content he doesn't want to do. Like they used to just do that. Like he would do it on there, be like, "Here, I'm going to drink my pee today," and that'd be the video. And now he's like, "Great, now I can find people to make them do this because
you're going to drink the pee now."
But I forget the other. There's a bigger gentleman that does it. He's like has a big beard, ginger beard that does it. I forget his name. If someone will know who I'm talking about, but I remember one of the things was like he's catching the guy or whatever, but he made the guy bring him burritos.
he's just having them run errands.
So the guy brings burritos. He goes, "Hey man, we're gonna have a few conversation." And so he's opening the burrito before he reads the messages that he has printed out. So he's like, "Okay, so at this one point you said you were gonna come down here. Now, how old do you think she was? She told me 12. It says here that you really knew that she was 11.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
so
like,
fucked up
holy-
either way.
It's like, oh my god.
Why was that extra year like, maybe this will be my saving grace?
12's not that fucked up. It's got more syllables.
Well, because they did that on Chris Hansen too.
Yeah.
Like I think she said she was like 16. This said she was 12. Like you are
also 16 still illegal.
yeah,
man.
still illegal. Like these guys were like,
Yeah, exactly. They weren't making it better.
yeah. And it's like if you've seen the show, you knew you were getting arrested because a lot of them did. They're like, why don't you just go like, walk out that way, man. He's like, come on, Chris.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris. I ain't walking out of here.
Come on, man. I know what's gonna happen here. Come on, man. Come on.
Drag me.
Yeah, they wouldn't know. He would be like, "You're free to go. You're free," and they'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then they just get fucking. Decked.
And then there's like fucking 8 cops,
9 tasers.
9 tasers pointing at this dude, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
they
You lied, Chris.
They would do the whole thing like, "I learned my lesson." He's like, "Well, you're free to go. Go ahead." And they'd be like, "Oh, okay, now I'm gonna go act like I care that just happened to me." And then they just get fucking decked. And you're like, "Oh, that's great."
Especially because like there was like cameramen there, like and everything like that. So it wasn't like Chris was talking to them and being like, "Get out of here, champ." Like,
All right, man. We got all our evidence.
And at first,
Get out of here.
weren't they not arresting him in the first couple seasons? I thought they would just let him go, like they actually did.
I thought they
Really?
arrested him every time.
They did? Okay.
I thought they did.
I thought maybe at the beginning he would just do that and be like, "Okay, now go do your business." Go
You know,
ahead.
when, a couple years back when Chris Hansen just started doing that, like for like he just do it for police departments.
Yeah.
Like that means a police department reached out to Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Was like, we need your help on this.
Yes. You're the master.
And Chris was like,
pedophile.
I'm all
I'm
in.
there.
I'm on deck.
I'm there.
I'd love to find out how he got so good at pedophile hunting. Like,
I wonder what he's doing now.
Still doing it.
Is he doing that now?
Well, I saw he had a scam thing. He was doing those things where he would find the people who scam like old ladies to give all their credit card information over the phone. Like he would go to like whatever country they were in, and he would find them who did it. And he had a show like that. It didn't work out as well because it's way more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just going out to find scams. You're like, you can find that in the States.
Yeah, exactly.
People just do that on Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, people do just do that on Twitch.
Yeah.
There's people that are just out here scamming everybody.
Yeah.
Pyramid schemes. I mean, they made a documentary on, what's that guy's name? Bernie Madoff? That sound right?
That sounds like it. I'll have to take a look.
correct.
Where he was like just taking people's money. And,
Oh, really?
and being like, yeah, I'm investing it. And he's like, oh, good. And he had like he had 2 guys or whatever. I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I watched the documentary, but it was like along the lines of he had these 2 guys who were helping him kind of like essentially put this money in stocks that weren't actually stocks. So then when people were asking like, hey, how's my money doing? Oh, your money's doing great. Look, you want to see? And like it actually looked like an actual
going up.
like, statement, like
Wow.
like a statement. But then it just turned out like, you know, oh, he was just stealing money the entire, because like people were putting their like retirement funds into this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were like, oh, cool, I'll give you like $900,000. if you're gonna put that up for
Holy
me.
shit.
And then he was just taking it from them. I don't remember. He ended up going to jail, and I think his wife did too. I forget, something along those lines. But yeah, he was just scamming people for a while. Like,
Wow.
just taking their money, just running shit. But it's like there's so many people that
Good
do that
for him.
now.
That's wild.
There's so many people that do that.
Yeah.
It's like
If you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
for real.
Like if you're good at lying that well,
Yeah.
I mean, for you to run like a multi like I would
$1
assume
scam,
$1 million
yeah.
scam and keep going with it. It was like by the way, he didn't get caught for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just running with this for
It
a
feels
while.
like some of those guys could have got away with it like forever.
Yeah.
But they just got a little too greedy, and it's
I
like,
think-
you jackass. Like,
I watch a lot of those where it's like even like mob bosses like John Gotti,
Yeah.
shit like that. It's like because that's impressive. Like especially with the mob back in the 80s. I mean, obviously you can attest to it because like they didn't have as much. The police department didn't have as much. What do you want to call it?
technology
And communication, stuff like that. But now is like a lot of these guys, like how the mob thrive for so long.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? How they thrive
Yeah.
for so long. But it was just like John Gotti, for fuck's sakes, he killed his cousin and like everyone knew. So each time they would bring John Gotti in to prosecute him, they think they nailed him for something. Somehow he got out of it, got found not guilty, or whatever. The one time where his cousin was an FBI informant and they're all in court together. And then the FBI comes and we're like, we're going to bring up a person that's been on the inside for us, helping us. And as they say that, the cousin realized what's happening. Like he realized he's going to get ratted out. So he starts looking at John in the courtroom. John, I swear, they're lying. And they're saying it like, Mr. I forget the guy's name, his cousin. But Mr. So-and-so has been an informant for the last like 6-7 years now, blah, blah, blah. John, they're fucking lying. Don't believe them. They're fucking lying. He got found not guilty. So the FBI wasted their informant. He got found not guilty as he was back out. I think it was like, I forget what it was. I want to say it was like a month or two later. With the mob, you never kill somebody in front of their family because it's disrespectful. But he killed him in front of his house as he was walking out of his front house. And the people start interviewing him. They're like, John, as he's walking out of like some bar or whatever, what happened? About your cousin. How do you feel about that or whatever? He goes, it's a shame. We all got to go sometime. Like, you know what I mean? Like this dude was out here for a while running like, just the craziest scams.
that's crazy.
Like, and getting away with it. I mean, also at that time, you weren't supposed to be like a public figure.
Yeah.
John Gotti was on like every front newspaper, bro.
Yeah.
This guy was talking about shit. I mean, he was responsible for killing the Paul. I forget his last name. Paul. I'm forgetting his last name. People know who I'm talking about, though.
Okay.
But he was like the main mob boss, and John Gotti was like, I don't think this guy should be running it. So let's set a meeting at the steakhouse, and we'll have 2 guys hit him there. He was at the steakhouse when he got killed. And then they all met back at the bar that they all meet up at, and everyone's like, yeah, I think John should be running this shit.
Yeah. Holy shit.
He just organized the top guy getting whacked at a steakhouse. Like I feel like he might be our next greatest contender here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Costello or something like that. That's what his last name is.
Sounds
But
like
you should
some other
watch.
rich asshole.
Oh yeah, you should watch the documentary. It's called John Gotti, just on Netflix.
I'll take a look.
It's fucking good, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucking good documentary. Or Cocaine Cowboys. Have you ever seen that?
No, but it sounds fun.
Bro, these guys were cousins with Pablo Escobar.
Oh,
and
really?
These motherfuckers ran Miami, bro.
Really?
They ran Miami. Like, you need $10,000? Here's 20. Here's 20. We don't need it back. There you go.
What?
Yeah. Oh fuck, dude. The way they would launder their money in was boat racing. Didn't even realize how much money.
Cigarette boat racing.
Cigarette boat racing.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I didn't realize how boat racing, how expensive it is.
That's what I'm saying.
And they were just like, and they would get interviewed, and they're like, I forget their names now, but like
Saul and
something
like that.
something like that. And it was like, how do you have these new boats? He goes, oh, because every year they would just have a brand new top of the line boat. And they're like, you invest right.
Thanks to all our sponsors.
These guys are pushing, and then they interview like a bunch of people, like the people who are bringing it in. So it's like this guy was. I'm gonna forget how much he was making exactly, but I want to say it was somewhere along the lines of 200 to 250 for 2 trips a month.
Really?
2 trips a month this guy worked.
Wow.
And he was like, yeah, I would just have to fly the coke over, and I didn't have to land. Just threw it out the window,
Holy shit.
and someone would pick it up.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think there was even like a story where it was like something along the lines of like kids went to go find they seen something falling out of the sky. They went to go find the coke, but then the cartel got there and they had to. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and the cartel don't fuck around, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
The cartel does not. I mean, for fuck's sakes, when they tried to take what's that guy's El Chapo's son,
Yeah.
they were like, all right, let's just start killing informants. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just start killing people.
Yeah.
They took over an entire city.
Yeah,
They
dude.
clean up.
Ours.
They know. Yeah.
I mean, they did it recently when they took Escobar's son again, and they're like, I guess we will start killing police. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
They encircled an entire town, took out the military there,
Yeah.
and was like, if you don't release him, we're kind of just going to start killing everyone who lives in this major city.
That's fucked up. That's
yeah.
scary.
And they just started, and then eventually, after about a day, they released him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it worked the first time, so why wouldn't it work the second
Yeah.
time?
100%. Jesus Christ.
yeah, dude. All that shit's fucking wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just be fucking out here doing shit and just it's so crazy to me. Like that's what, I don't know why I'm so interested in that shit because it's just like how long can you get away? Like
That's what I'm saying. It's
you
like,
get away with it for so long, but it's like you always end up getting caught. Even when they got caught in jail, all they would do is they'd have their lawyer come in. So they go to this like just some room where they're like reading documents and legal papers and shit. All they would do is, yeah, I'm meeting with my lawyer, but they would just have like their wives and like
Yeah.
random girls there
Yeah.
just to fuck them. Like essentially, they brought them food.
Yeah.
Like these guys weren't eating prison food.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
These guys are getting treated better than fucking Nancy. You know what I mean?
And it doesn't matter to them that they could
Not
have gotten
Nancy.
away with it at a certain point, and then they just go too far. And it's like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? You wish they would have gotten away with it at that point, though. It's like, fuck. Like,
I remember from the documentary, one of those guys, like they had gotten away with it. Like they were like escaped the law on the run. And then one of the detectives, the lead detectives was on the case, was like in a store.
yeah.
And just kind of noticed him the aisle over and was like, why is he still in town? Like he never left town.
Yeah, he never left. I think it was for some girl too. Like he never left because some girl was there.
Yeah.
It was something along
Oh,
those
man.
lines,
And
bro.
like he's in the checkout line, he looks over his shoulder and he goes, I think it's that fucking guy. Like the number one suspect or
Man.
Yeah.
wanted man in town is just kind of here buying cigarettes.
Because the other guy, he couldn't leave because he was, he threatened a juror, right? That's why he ended up getting. So he actually got found not guilty on one charge. Homeboy left, and then ended up having to fucking stay in jail because he threatened a juror earlier. So he's getting tried for that. So his brother or whatever is gone. He's fucking staying in jail.
Holy shit.
So it's like all these guys would have fucking
Yeah, they take it a little too far. That's fucking crazy.
dude. Yeah, it's in fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. That shit's that shit's so wild to me.
Yeah.
If you were gonna start a criminal empire, what's your money making scheme?
It's got to be something. So, okay. It's got to be something that you completely wouldn't. Like, if you're selling Coke, it'd have to be something like you can't do like the normal thing like a car wash or something. You'd have to say it'd have to be like a children's toy store or something that they would never think.
Yeah.
That's
Horses.
a guy. Horses.
Real expensive race
Yeah, just selling
horses.
horses. Not even race horses. You know what would be the what do you call them? Dressage ones, where it's the fancy.
Oh,
you know what
yeah,
I mean? Like, you'd
yeah,
still
yeah.
do those. So like, there's no way this guy. Look at his lifestyle is not a cocaine lifestyle.
That guy is just out here breeding horses.
Yeah, he's just breeding these beautiful, elegant horses.
Yeah, well, it's like that or like
What was-
fucking
what was
bull
the-
farming.
Bull farm. What was the world's most expensive horse? Can we look? I think it was like $2.5 million.
Jesus.
It's got
Gorgeous horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it
Gorgeous
looked like a
horse.
horse.
Can you look that up? It was like just fucking gorgeous.
You need to pause it or something?
No. I was just wondering what was it.
okay.
It was a missed call from earlier.
I'm sorry. Does that say $70
Does that
million dollars?
$70 million. What?
Yeah, let's just look at an image of that real quick. What does this fucking horse look like?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm fucking saying, bro. Damn.
I mean,
That's like the most mid-looking
Looking
horse.
at
it
horse.
just looks like any horse.
Oh wait, it's got a Wikipedia.
Oh, the golden one.
Bro, they made a golden statue of this motherfucker.
You're like, what did the horse do? Its name is Pegasus? That's deep.
Oh, it died on my sister's birthday last year.
Oh.
Fucking rip.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but see what I'm saying? You could definitely get away with smuggling like a
Wait,
couple.
he was a son of Mr. Prospector and Angel Fever. Great horse names.
These are great horses.
Yeah, I guess you would fucking
Retirement.
launder your money through horses. Fuck yeah,
Retirement and stud record.
Yeah.
but
Hard.
like, also, what makes that horse worth that much? Like,
He
what are
won.
the requirements for you to become that?
He
much?
won the Kentucky Derby in 2000.
Okay,
Oh,
Kentucky Derby, but is that the only thing? Because it's like,
That's
is it-
like the big one.
Yeah.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what are the? You know what I mean? I'm trying to get at like, what would make that like this horse is worth fucking $2 million? What's an average horse cost?
Fast and probably like how well kept it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's
Because
worth
then you're like,
Probably-
I buy the winning horse.
yeah.
He fucks my other winning horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh.
make winning
Oh,
horses.
like lineage.
Yeah, that's what I-
that's
Yeah,
what makes
they're
them worth
genetics.
Can we search up just the average? What's the average horse cost?
more. I think you
if
can get a horse for like $700 if you just get like a shitty,
Shitty horse,
a shitty horse.
one that Peter Griffin brought home.
Yeah, like just any horse. 500 to
Fucking
3,000. That's what I'm
get
saying.
the fuck out of
Like if you want a shitty horse, you can get a $500 horse.
Yeah.
You can trade like a German Shepherd for a horse, 100%.
That's fucking wild, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess you would do that, or like bull, like because for some reason bull fucking sperm is like so much money.
So what? They have papers or something to prove that the horse is the? Because you could just have a shitty horse. If I would look at a horse like it's a horse and be like, no, this is a really good one.
This is a great horse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't even understand how good
Yeah.
this horse is.
especially like if you're
$5
not a horse
grand.
guy. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on.
You could definitely fuck someone over on buying a shitty horse.
Definitely. If I had
And you
no
could
idea-
definitely launder a lot of money through horses.
Yeah.
One of the cops would be like, how'd you value this horse? It's so fast, dude. You don't understand. When I bought this horse, that fucking thing was fast. This is an $8 million horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because like even like because farmers will just buy one bull. They're like, we need this one bull to pregnate like all these cows.
Yeah.
So it's like just that alone.
He must be so tired. That yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see those jacked ass bulls?
jacked
Yeah.
ass
Well,
bulls?
they're
dude?
like, no animal should be that fucking jacked.
Yeah. Dude, when like I seen a guy where it's like a farmer, he's walking, the bull's like kind of walking next to him. He's like, get the fuck out of the way. Like, I would not be touching that thing, bro.
100%.
A bull just fucking, ugh. No, I'll fuck your shit up.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, bulls fucking terrify the shit out of me, dude.
Yeah, that would be scary. I'm trying to think
Just don't cinch their balls, and they're not that
Yeah.
not that bad.
Bull riding, insane. Like,
Yeah.
like Night Terror is the bull's name. You're like, oh my god, Shadow,
Grave Digger. They have the names of the fucking
monster trucks,
Yeah.
The Reaper.
the Reaper. Yeah,
You're like, I'll ride that for 8 seconds.
yeah. They're like, I'm down for this. Actually, I'm so down for this.
What's the cash prize? $1,500. I'm in.
Yeah, that's 3 horses. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Do not fuck. Like, yeah, that's probably what you would do.
Yeah.
It's I guess you kind of could do that with anything.
Totally could do horses, man.
Especially because like you are right. Like, who the fuck's gonna say anything to you? Who the fuck's gonna come up to you and be like, that horse isn't worth that much, buddy? You know how much work I put into my fucking horses?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Touch
Yeah.
the horse.
Touch the
the
horse.
horse.
Touch that horse.
You ever felt a horse like that? Exactly.
You have it. Spit on their
Exactly.
shoes.
Especially like watching, like I'll see like videos of like it's just some idiot get behind a horse, and it's like the one thing I don't even have a farm, and I know or own a horse, and I know that. Living in the city, you don't walk behind a horse.
Yeah.
And these dudes are like, yeah, this bad girl, boom,
yeah.
fucking just. I couldn't imagine that too.
Yeah.
The force of a horse
Kicking you?
kicking you through your chest plate, like
Oh
you'd be
yeah.
Dead.
dead instantly. I'd just kill me. I'd want to die.
Yeah, that'd be the worst suicide.
Yeah.
I've ever
Oh,
seen.
he hits you right in the chest plate, and you're just like, both your lungs are collapsed for sure. For sure.
Such a shitty way, and it'll shit on you after too. That's
Yeah.
the worst thing.
I seen recently a bull. It was like they were fucking with I don't know. They were just fucking with it, and it got out of the pen, like jumped right out, leaped out it's a crowd of people watching, and it's just walking down where like you can get food and shit, and it fucking lights this girl up, dude. Oh my god, and she's just laying there. And I'm like, dude, she could be dead. Like, she could be
That
dead.
bull might have killed her.
That bull may have killed her. It's like bull riding too. What a crazy
Why are
sport.
people doing that? I don't understand. Like the fucking
JB Mooney, he's a $7 million bull rider.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude is done too. I think he got injured, and that's why he stopped.
That's crazy.
It's like eventually it's gonna get you.
Well, it probably just started with a dare. It's like,
Yeah,
I
like the first
guarantee
time.
you can't ride that bull.
Yeah.
Like in Brazil, it's a giant sport.
Yeah.
Giant sport. Like 90,000 people will go and watch
Yeah.
bull riding. They're like, I need I need to see this moment. And then like you're talking because like swear to God, I watched a 6-hour documentary on bull riding.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was obsessed with it, and I talked about it with him for a while. And at one point, like they go to Brazil to film this documentary, and it's like, there's like, yeah, my son here, he's 7. He's gonna ride his first bull today, and you're like, what, bro? Like they put him on like little like bulls and shit.
Yeah.
So like, can you imagine full size?
Oh,
Put this like, you ready?
Here's this strap, son.
Yeah.
Hold on to this thing for dear life.
yeah.
Well, it's because even as you're watching it too, like when these guys get in the pen, like as the bull's there, so they're getting into it, and half the time the bull's already bucking in the pen. So it's like these guys are sitting down, and like all they have to do is get their hand, which it seems, oh, dude, if you don't get your hand out, you're fucked. There was a video where I watched where they were trying to keep this guy on. So I don't know why they did this. It totally seems like not a fucking good idea. They tied him in by his feet. He ended up dying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was dead from the whiplash. Like the bull just kept going.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
And
just
it's like-
scrambled him.
I was like, oh my god, dude.
So dark.
It's so dark. Like that fucking sport is fucking insane to me.
Sorry, it's literally overheating and burning me.
Oh no,
okay.
you're-
Getting it
All
off
right.
Oh,
the
I was
pillow.
like, are you trying to say something? No. Okay, no, but yeah, no, it's a wild sport to me.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
crazy.
that's a crazy way to make your living. Because these guys also they don't just do bull riding. They're like, oh, I
I have
you
an
know,
accounting firm.
No, like I have a ranch. I got a
Yeah,
ranch. I got
they're
to
like
attend
into
to
it. Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, I have to leave for a weekend. And they do like they ride something like 42 times out of the fucking year, or something like that.
Yeah.
52 weeks in a fucking.
So they're just raising these animals to ride them when they don't want to be ridden. That's what they're doing.
It
That's
could
the
be
whole-
that, but I think these people just have full on ranches that they're just like
Oh, okay. They still like
they still like attend to,
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, on the weekend I got to go to Brazil because I got to fucking
Yeah.
ride this bull, and it's like it's so weird because it's like if you're not eliminated Friday night, it's like great, now you move on to fucking Saturday, great, now if you're in the championship, so you could be riding a bull 3 times in that weekend,
Yeah.
and it's like it just takes one time, bro.
Yeah.
It takes one time for you to get stomped on.
That's crazy.
Imagine you fall off and then they get stomped. Like every time, those are the worst. When they
the
fall
worst
off and they get
experience.
fucking stomped on, kicked in the fucking face. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that shit. And like, I don't know how some of those guys. I'd wear every single thing
Yeah,
of
I'd wear
protection
so
I
much.
could. Like a lot of them wear hockey helmets, and I'm like, and then there's dudes who are just like, I'm good with my cowboy hat.
yeah.
No mouth guard.
I got my cowboy hat on.
Let my brain rattle because it's so weird because your hand also has to be up.
Yeah.
Your hand cannot go below your waist.
Oh,
so that's
really?
why they're
That's a
always like
stupid
that.
rule.
Yeah, 8 seconds. You got 8
Let's
seconds of one
handicap
hand.
this
But
barely
a lot-
survivable
A
thing.
lot of
But
them
you
too,
could be
they're
cheating.
Rope.
Yeah.
The rope, dude.
Yeah.
The rope just burning your fucking hands. Oh, could you fucking imagine,
that
bro?
Sounds painful.
It is fucking painful. Definitely fucking.
Would you
painful.
ever run with the bulls?
No, I wouldn't do. I wouldn't go near them. This sounds terrible. I'm thinking about that. That sounds so fucking.
You ever been to a rodeo?
We went to one
I
last
took
year.
them last year. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it was fucking.
One girl had to leave
We had to
because
leave,
they were
yeah.
treating the animals so bad.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucked.
You're gonna call her out on this.
I didn't say her name.
podcast. That's fair. She's a fan. She listens.
Well, okay, to be fair, they were treating them pretty fucking badly.
They hit
Oh,
a
that's-
cow.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
You got
Not even a bull.
No, just a calf.
Nah,
yeah.
Oh, that's
Like
sad.
we were sitting right behind where they were like holding all of them, and they were not nice.
They
to
had
them.
some fucking dude come out in the back of a truck on a horse,
Holding a
badass.
flag.
Yeah, let me show them the picture.
Yeah,
Pull it
show him
up.
The picture. Pull him show him the
With a
picture.
flag.
This dude, this is the most badass picture. That'd be my fucking profile pic for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm in the back of this truck, boy.
On a horse. Yeah, this year we're gonna go to a crash derby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be fucking crazy.
You ever been to a crash derby?
No.
People like pay money to
Here.
do that.
Yeah, I know, eh?
It's this one and that one, okay?
Oh yeah.
No,
That's badass, bro.
That's great.
That's fucking badass.
That's awesome.
You gotta ride with it. You gotta ride with it.
Hey, you think you can get that horse in the back of a truck? Think you can ride it?
Yeah, you think you can ride this
You
fucking
think
horse?
you can hold the flag up while we do it?
Yeah.
It is wild too. Like the things that we come up with, like even the crash derby thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what about if we just get cars every year to come here and we're just gonna fucking crash them and see which
Yeah,
one
yeah.
gets fucked up the worst?
Yeah.
Do you want to be involved in a car crash all day today?
Yeah.
Get in.
Yes, sir.
I used to go to those as kids. That or like people were just like, listen, I'm gonna take this snowmobile and I'm gonna try and cross this lake with it. Is it frozen? No. We're just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
try and fucking boot this bitch.
Ever want to like just jump out of a plane
Yeah.
just to see
Yeah, people do crazy shit. Eh?
I never want to skydive.
No?
There's
No,
no interest to me
I
at
get fucking chills
skydiving.
looking at it. I'm like, I don't like
I
that.
think I'd try it.
With my luck, it's going to be the parachute that doesn't work. With my luck.
There's 2 of them.
I know this too, but with my luck, they're both.
Oh, I can't even deal with it. That trips me out watching that. I'm like, that's too high.
Like you're fucking.
I like watching videos of guys who jump without parachutes and then just hope to God the other guy they're jumping with catches them.
Oh, that's so trippy. Well,
Or that one guy who jumped out of a plane without a parachute and then went through the slot of a roof of a building and then landed
the trick ones.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The trick ones are.
Why do you
insane.
do that? I don't know.
That dude.
His family was there.
That dude jumping pretty much from space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one to watch. Yeah.
I heard, my uncle showed me that. I remember I was young and I had no idea about it. And he was like, "You want to see this dude jump out of space?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Let me show me this."
Oh, that's
This
great.
dude's just heating up,
Yeah.
That's so deep.
heating up as like going down. But it's like, what possesses somebody to do that? Someone's just like, "I think I could fucking jump out of this."
Yeah, I think I
bitch
can
and
do
get.
that.
Yeah,
I think I'd be fine.
I think I could fucking get going on this bitch.
I can
bro.
land that.
Yeah. I can land it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Aim
I'll
for the
let-
bushes.
aim for the bushes. Where were the bushes?
Well, there's a green spot somewhere on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just aim for it. No, that's a great movie too.
That was a great
Other
movie.
guys.
That's a very underrated movie.
Yeah.
It honestly
No
never
one
got the
talks about that,
recognition
yeah.
for it.
It's got a
And
lot
when
of funny
people like
scenes.
talk about like Will Ferrell movies, that one never comes up.
It's just not. I don't know why people. I don't know. It's weird.
Like,
He's not
obviously you
as
got Step
outrageous.
Brothers, right?
He's funny in it. He's just not as like loud as he is in like Step Brothers and stuff like that. So maybe that's why.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Great one. Have you ever seen Talladega Nights?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so fucking
that's
funny.
a great movie.
This one fucking made me a NASCAR
Yeah.
fan, pretty much, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That and the fucking Fast documentary on NASCAR Fast documentary on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Another good one. That's something that I'm into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what I got into it this year, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I just got into it because I thought, essentially when you're looking at it, you just think they're turning left, right? Like you're like, oh, it's a left turn, but there's
Yeah.
way more skill that goes into it. Like I don't know how many times where we were watching this season where like dudes are just running out of gas.
Oh really?
Like they're not paying attention to it. They're
oh,
not.
that's a thing too. I never really thought about
Well,
that.
dude, I didn't know this. They have spotters too. Never knew that. So they have like a guy telling them in their ear, like, hey, there's a guy coming to you on your right. Or if there's a caution, like someone spins out or something like that, pull up, pull down, crash ahead, pull up.
It's like nuanced. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like so-and-so's passing you, or this is the time to pass now. Because with F1, at some point you have to let somebody pass. But with NASCAR, I never knew that shit, bro. And I never knew, it's like when you're going to pit. You don't think about that shit. So it's like if you pit early, because like these guys are feeling the car, right? Like these guys know what they're feeling. So it's like if they're like, hey man, this car feels good, I'm not going to pit right now. Give me like another fucking 10, 15 laps. And then they'll just keep going and going and going. It's like there's definitely strategy in it. Like it's not just like a lot of people like just someone watching, it does look like that they're just turning left, but it's not. It way more into it. That's what made me give me an appreciation for it. So I was
cool.
like, fuck this, I'm gonna watch this shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this shit and see what happens. Now I'm into it.
Yeah.
Every Sunday I'll fucking go out of the way to watch it.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
fucking
Yeah. It'd be sick.
It's so sick. It's so good. But
Never once am I going to do that. Just a personal beef I have.
what with NASCAR?
Yeah.
Personally in NASCAR? I didn't know you have beef in NASCAR like that.
That's actually surprising though, because you like he doesn't like team sports usually.
Yeah.
Like he likes
He likes
solo
individual.
sports.
Yeah, one-on-one.
He was a fucking archer. Tell him about your archery shit. Go ahead, brag about that
I
shit,
was
bro.
first in Ontario 2 years in a row.
For archery,
Yeah.
and then
But NASCAR is a team sport. You got to pit crew.
Just 1 sec. I'm gonna.
Oh. all right, we're back. We're gonna do a couple pick your poisons,
Okay.
and this is just a fun little one, so
Okay.
we can just riff off of it too, and
Okay,
let's
okay.
just talk. Let's just see what Rain got for us.
All right. So some of these are courtesy of Jake's brother June,
Okay.
because you guys
Great.
didn't do it last time when he was sitting in here.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Have a snapping turtle bite off your genitals, or swallow a used condom that you found on the sidewalk.
Ooh. It's gonna be the used condom.
Yeah,
That's just a one-time thing.
That's-
Like,
yeah,
it's a
exactly.
one-time thing.
Plug
and
your
a
nose and get
have
it
you
over
ever seen
with.
a snapping turtle?
And in some diseases, they do lead to weight loss. So if
Yes.
it is,
Yeah.
I would take it just for the
Yeah,
benefits.
you don't know.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like-
It's the snapping turtle though. It's like
that's life-changing.
well, that's
Oh.
life changing. You're
no
definitely-
matter what.
bro. You're also gambling if you're ever gonna be able to use your shit again.
Well,
Yeah.
no, at
You know
least
what
they
I mean?
rip it off, right? Like removed? Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, no, that's
Or-
gone.
Yeah.
Actually, technically,
just
I
said
added
bite
that
down.
part, but I like that more.
Yeah.
It does just say have a snapping turtle bite your genitals.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it's like a snapping turtle too. They will fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're naive if you think it's just biting and not biting and
It's
pulling.
biting through.
Bro, have you ever seen them? They're
Yeah.
fucking terrifying. Like, there's dudes that are just like, all right, we're gonna go in the swamps and hunt them.
yeah. Like, oh wow.
Yeah, like try to like even get me
Like, this guy's not coming near my balls, bro.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Can you get a video of like
Look
one
at their
just
evil
snapping,
faces
bro?
too.
Like, just get a video of it
Look at those
biting.
mouths with the pointy mouths.
There was that guy took a fucking.
Oh, look at him. He's just.
Oh, this is Brave Wilderness. I love this guy. He does a bunch of crazy shit. Okay. Hang
Just
on.
show the part where he's.
He does it just for fucking funsies.
I caught one the other day, actually.
a snapping turtle.
Yeah.
But
In a bucket.
Oh, you actually. There it is.
I caught one in a bucket.
Well, bring it out. Let's find a used condom. Let's make a choice right now.
Oh, you got.
Yeah.
Oh, he did get nicked.
Oh no.
Oh. I just want to see him get bit in the arm because this is the
Oh,
one.
it bites
where-
his arm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This guy.
Why would
guy,
he be fucking with this thing? Oh, get it
No,
away.
this
from
is
me.
he does this.
This
like,
guy
he'll
does
find
shit
like the
like
most
this.
dangerous things and purposely let them bite him.
Like, he'll get stung by
see.
bees.
That is like a bunch of them.
Oh,
Oh.
no, I can't look at that.
They got a cage full of them.
Like,
Look at his. He's got an evil nose.
you'll see ones where like guys will put like a watermelon in front, like they'll
it'll
slice
bite
it,
through the
and it'll bite. Like,
Oh,
right-
look at that shitty thumb.
Oh,
No thanks.
yeah, no.
He deserves
I'll
it.
take that condom all day.
Yeah.
I'll swallow the condom.
Yeah.
bro.
That condom all day.
I'll fucking
Ugh.
swallow the condom, bro. That shit was fucking terrible.
Knowingly eat a poison ivy salad or get poked by a used needle.
I'll take that needle.
I'll take the used needle because it's 50. You don't know.
It's 50-50. What?
Could just
can
be
we
someone with
actually
diabetes.
just search up what happens if you eat poison ivy?
I would think it would be itchy.
It's got to be
inside.
fucking detrimental.
And like
I
a
think
whole
that-
salad.
In a
whole salad?
A whole
What kind
salad.
of dressing is it? Is that
Can I choose the
Yeah.
amount of croutons in the salad?
If poison ivy is eaten, the digestive tract, airway, kidneys, or other organs can be damaged.
Yeah,
From
I guess.
So it's-
Canada.ca.
So it's like, it could be damaged. They're not saying life-threatening.
Ooh, if poison ivy
Fatal.
is burned and the smoke is inhaled, the rash will appear on the lining of the lungs, causing extreme
that
pain
makes
and
sense.
possibly fatal breathing problems. Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the needle.
Yeah,
I'll
the
take
needle's
the
probably
And it
like
wouldn't
just
hurt
That's a
that
gamble.
much.
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
and again, if you want to go back, it could be a disease that might help you lose
lots
weight.
of weight
You know
loss.
what I mean? You never
Maybe
know.
superpowers. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know what needle it is.
Or blood poisoning. One of the two.
That's
One
it.
of the
it's a real 50-50.
You're really taking
These are the best
I'm
odds
a-
I've had all year.
I'm a gambling man, and that's gambling.
Yeah.
If I know it.
All or nothing. Yeah.
You all right, Rain?
Yeah, I'm just checking
Oh.
if my boss texted me back.
Okay.
Okay, take 5 shots of oh my god. Take 5 shots of tequila every morning at breakfast or or drink a glass of sweat that you lost throughout the day every night before bed.
Oh, give me the tequila.
Tequila. What
That's
do
how
you-
I start my
Tequila.
day
Do
anyway.
Do you understand that gross stuff comes out of my body when I
Oh,
sweat?
that sweat collection would be.
Yeah, I already take 4 of vodka, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus you kind of get used to it, right?
Yeah. After a
Yeah.
while, I just wouldn't taste it. Yeah.
I think you kind of would, right? At that point, it's like
At that point, I'm not taking them in like individual shots. I'm just pouring them in my coffee cup.
Yeah, it would just be part of the regimen.
it would be, but it's also like you got to think those first 2 weeks. If you're somebody who's not used to taking shots,
Yeah.
they're gonna take 5 back-to-back shots of tequila.
So
Because think about like the times me and you've been to the bar when we were younger and been like, all right, let's get 4 tequila shots each, and been like, holy fuck,
that's
dude.
a bad one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it coming out is the worst one to come out.
I remember one time I got a bunch of shots because I thought there was a bunch of people behind me, and it ended up just being like me and a few other guys. So I'm splitting the shots. So I think I got like, I want to say I got 6. So I'm like, okay, I thought there was more people behind me. Here, you take these 3, I'll take these 3. And we're taking them. We took the one, like whatever, took the second one. We're like, oh man, like, like back to back. And then as we were about to do the third one, the girl looks and she just pours like a thing of Sprite. And she goes, there you go. Like, take that as a chaser.
Thank you.
She was watching our faces like, all right,
Yeah.
bro, these people
Yeah.
are having a fucking hard ass time.
Tequila's rough.
Tequila is a rough one. Like if you I know you were drinking beer, but like, are you just solely beer or
No, I'll do like rum and cokes kind of thing and stuff like that. Usually.
just something simple?
Yeah, sometimes vodka, something, whatever I can mix it with.
Rum and coke's it.
Yeah,
rum and coke's the
is usually
spot,
the one,
dude,
yeah.
for sure. That used to be our go-to. Or in
Yeah.
vodka waters. I don't know
Yeah,
what it was.
vodka waters was a
water.
while when I wanted to be healthy.
Yeah.
It's like that's
You
not
slam
healthy.
back about 9 to 16 rum and cokes, and then it's like a couple vodka waters.
Vodka bar limes because they used to tell me that you won't get hungover, and they were wrong. But eventually you do. Eventually you can if you drink enough.
Oh, they're fucking liars.
Yeah.
No, dude, I used to only drink vodka water because they would not get me hungover. I'd be like pretty drunk at the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing a bunch of shit, but like,
Yeah.
I'd be at the bar getting all fucked up. But I'd wake up the next morning, everyone around me's hungover. I feel great.
Yeah, because you're drinking mostly water. Yeah, that's a good.
You got any
That's
more?
a health tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found a really good one. That's very specifically for CJ.
All right,
Oh,
all right.
okay.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Have your partner make you wear a leash whenever you're with them in public,
Okay, yeah, fair.
or tell everyone you meet you're a registered sex offender.
I'm gonna go with the first one. It's
Yeah.
slightly less embarrassing. Yeah.
You're already married.
I just
Yeah, I'm
imagine you
basically
getting
on
up
the
on
leash.
stage and having to say, "Hi, I'm CJ
I
Erwin,
just
and
wanna
I'm a
mention
sex offender."
I'm a
Yeah.
sex-
Every time you're
By
on
the
stage.
way. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Do you
with-
But
incorporate
also-
that in the bits or no?
Yeah. Like that would be tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna go with the first one for sure.
Tough
the
follow-up.
leashes.
The first one, it's just like, okay, look, babe, you're gonna do the grocery shop. I'm not coming this time.
Well, because the leash, I'm the victim. Like, poor guy, he's his wife's bitch. The other one, it's like, oh, you're an asshole. Like,
Yeah, you're
a
right.
piece of shit. Yeah.
It is just like, it's every time you guys go out, and it's like, okay, listen, family events, we gotta go. There's
Yeah.
there's nothing
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can do about that.
Like, I'll take the sympathy of people being like, she's so mean. I know. Like, I'm on a leash. Like, you know what I mean? I'll take
Tell
that
me
shit.
about it.
Yeah, tell me about it, and you're like, babe, can I just go say bye real
But
quick?
I actually kind of like it. I'm like, no, I tell you, oh my God. Don't pull it so
Isn't
tight.
this terrible?
Stop. Fuck, she's yanking this shit today. You had that
Yeah.
joke the last time
Yeah.
we were talking about it?
Yeah.
Man, she's being a real fucking bitch today.
She's not letting me out of her fucking sight. She's giving me shorts.
Just tugging it.
I want to go say bye to Jake.
Hey, please.
Yeah.
Dab with my friends before I go.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Definitely. No, we're definitely doing fucking
The leash.
leash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leash should be good.
All right, last one to close it off,
All
fellas. Make a living scamming the elderly,
Okay.
or participate in a nursing home orgy.
I'm going to go with the one that makes the money, the first one.
I'm perfectly fine with scamming elderly people.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's already happening.
Yeah.
It is kind
What
of
do they need the money for?
It's called having a job.
Well, get up and work. What are we doing? Lazy this generation.
Yeah.
No, it is like, yeah, because it's like they're already getting scammed.
Yeah.
What do
Like
they
if
need it?
someone's calling you and being like, "We need your full social insurance number and credit card information right now," and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just like, "I'll give it to you over the phone.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
what do you want?
Wait. I'll grab my card.
Grab my. Are you writing this down? Because I'm about to say it all.
Yeah.
I'm about to say it all. I'm about to give
Yeah.
it to you right now. Yeah, no. What was the other one that we had to choose? Oh, orgy. Yeah, no.
The
you
orgy
just-
one can't do.
You can't.
You can.
Well,
but
they have like so many STIs and shit that just fucking.
Yeah,
water
apparently
down
that's a
those
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they be fucking.
They
Well,
be
it's like
fucking and
they're
sucking
look,
constantly.
they're about to wrap it up, so they're like, "I'm gonna get it in when I can."
Yeah, there's no real
It's
shame
like it's like when
anymore.
you hear like fucking what Al Pacino, because he just had a kid at like 82.
Oh, really?
Like,
eh?
oh my god, this dude's still after it.
They go,
This
yeah.
This dude's still fucking at 82.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Even Robert De Niro, he just had another fucking kid too.
Really, eh?
Yeah, it's like he's like 80.
That's a choice of knowing he's not going to have to raise it.
That
Yeah.
and it's like, well, because like they're both with women that are like 25.
Right.
So it's
I'll
like,
leave this to you.
yeah, but it is also like, because a lot of people have a certain opinions. That they're like, man, you're not even gonna be around for the kid.
Yeah.
It's like the way they're gonna have to learn about their dad is like by movies. Like, this is what your dad did. Like, this is
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
was known for. Really? It's like, yeah, he was like one of the biggest mobsters in all the movies ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Like, holy
No wonder he left. He's a piece of shit. Like,
yeah. And you're like, oh man, and he was still getting after it at
Yeah.
80.
Yeah.
Like, still after it here.
if you got money, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, fuck. Like, it's not like the kid and the girl's gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? He'll be fine the rest of his life.
100%.
Yeah. But all right, we'll wrap this shit up. CJ, I want to thank you very much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
Getting your time out of here and being here today. Thank you from all of us.
Oh, that was
And,
fun. I had a lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Do you want to promote anything before we get off here? And
If there's something coming up, it'll be on my. I'll post it on my thing. So what? My thing is CJ says things at CJ. Everything I have is with that.
with
handle.
Instagram, TikTok,
Instagram,
all that.
TikTok, all of the things are CJ.
CJ says things. We'll put it in the description.
Beautiful.
Are we
That's
invited to your documentary show?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna do it. Yeah, there's also going to be a festival coming up, the comedy festival. I think it's starting on August 24th. More information, I'll post that too for Windsor Comedy Festival.
Yeah. Post that, and then keep us posted with the documentary stuff, and we can get you back on here to talk about it.
Sounds good. Perfect.
All right,
sweet.
All
Right on.
thanks, guys.
Thanks again, man.
Thanks a lot.
Peace out, everyone.
Just received in our newspaper.